Hi, kids and folks at home. Danny D'Angelo here. Just got off a very interesting call with some of the Coin Laundry Association folks. They are having one of their big conferences. They call it Excellence in Laundry. I put a little link in the description. Not my event, but I was cordially invited to come out, and that does mean quite a bit to me as I have been steeped in this industry for so many decades. Also wanted to reach out to a friend on this call. Peter Mayberry will be there among others. I know that Luke and Lee Williford will be there. I hear that Brandon of Investment Joy fame will be making an appearance and others. The CLA is a little bit of a stodgy, old school association and has been for some time. Brian Wallace, the president, was kind enough to make an appearance at my Vegas event, and that, again, meant a lot to me for him to come out and shake hands and hang out. This is an opportunity for you to come out to San Diego the 9th through the 11th. I'm not speaking, none of us are, but the speakers that are going to be there are going to be a big deal. And it's San Diego. Why not come out? I'll put a link in the description so you can grab a ticket and really glad hand and rub elbows with folks that have tons of stores, people that are making $3 million a year with their wash, dry, fold, their pickup and delivery. We don't all agree on everything when it comes to how to operate the laundries. Many of these folks don't even believe that there's any such thing as free laundromat, but there's not two sides of the fence on that. I'm not here to argue that. I've got tons of testimonials, and I think I can probably tell you that the gentleman that made the formal introduction, his name is Mark, and he's one of the guys that's literally crushing it in this industry, a name that you will never hear. And he tells me, I have a copy of your DVD, Danny, and one of his first stores that he bought, his first laundromats, he purchased from one of my clients who got that store for free. So there's all these connections in this interconnectivity. Point being, let's call Peter and see what he's doing, and maybe he'll pick up the phone. This is Peter Mayberry. He's got his own YouTube channel as well. Good friend of mine.
Mayberry.
Oh, I hate it when you do that.
I know. That's why I do it. I mean, think of all the people that answer my phone, though. I mean, you got to know it's me.
I know it's you. All right. So have you been to this excellence thing before?
Never.
So what's it all about? Since you haven't been there.
You know, from what I hear, it's just like a lot of guys that are pretty experienced in the laundry industry. It's usually a little bit higher price than more events and than most events. And I think it's just collaboration. Probably going to be a lot of multi-store owners there. Probably not a lot of newbies, but I mean, newbies are welcome to go.
Sure, of course. That's what they want. Well, here's what I see. They're saying that this year, they've been doing this for many years, it's a biannual event, and I'm not here to toe the CLA line in any way, shape, or form, but it means a lot that they're inviting us to show up and certainly hang out with us at the cocktail parties, if nothing else. I'm going to massacre these names, but they're kind of focusing on women in laundry this year. Shelly will be there, certainly. I'm sure you'll bring Megan along. And the keynote speaker, day one on Wednesday morning, is Katie Coleman, former NASA astronaut and an Air Force colonel. So she's going to talk about leadership lessons from space. That should be pretty friggin' cool, to be honest. I think so. The other gal that's going to be there, again, I'm not sure I'm saying the name right, Alpana Singh. She's a TV host, a restaurateur, and a wine expert, it says here. Alpana Pours is what she does in her podcast and her YouTube channel. And she's going to be speaking. Also, Donald Cooper, the MBA, succession planning and exit strategies. Well, I love that. I took my exit. You're still in the center of doing your stores. Michelangelo Caruso, who seems like more on the entertainment side, The Secrets of Proactive Relationships. So I put a link in the description. Folks can go look at that. Again, the only impetus I have for even talking about this event, they were kind enough to invite me, invite my friend Peter, and I'd love to shake your hand. If you want to come out to the event, I'm live on YouTube, Peter, as you probably know. You can talk to your audience as well. We'll do a collab on the thing. But yeah, I find that at these events, it's usually the people that you meet and the connections that you make. The speakers are great, and you know the cocktail parties when they're open bar are even better. I'd love folks to come out. What is your history? How do you know Danny? Give people a little 30-second elevator conversation so they know who the hell you are.
Well, I guess I met you, I don't even know, was it 7 years ago, 6 years, 8? I don't know, something like that.
2014.
Well, I didn't meet you. I called you. Yeah, I called you because I was looking to get into some different business because I was doing sales with General Electric and I was making some commission checks. And like I said, I talked to you, saw how you negotiated some laundromats, decided to not actually, at that time, I didn't actually try to go take over one. I just bought a building and built one. But then again, like I said, I've used the second laundromat I got for free using your technique. And then I believe my fifth laundromat I got for free using a lot of techniques. It used to be a DVD. Now I guess it's an online course, but when I did, it was a DVD. But I paid to do the consulting with you, and I got to see how you dealt with landlords. And like I said, just adapted it to my own and did it on my own. But like I said, I mean, I learned it from you. But
well, I think it was funny because I keep hearing, Danny, you need to go to this event. You need to, if you and Peter Mayberry are in the same room at the same time, the lid is going to blow off and the world is going to split in two. Like, yeah, right, whatever. But then I looked at my phone and I said, Peter Mayberry, that's a pretty unusual name. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. And there was your name in my phone. I thought, oh my God. And it says, you know, I have thousands of contacts in my name and everybody who ever consults with me is in my phone. So I was like, I know this guy. At least I spoke to him. So I called you. The rest is, as they say, history because we got to meet in Vegas. Now you're a caviar guy. So we're going to have to hang out in San Diego here. What is it, a week from now? When is this happening? It's not this Tuesday.
I think it's next. Yeah, it's not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. And yeah, did I tell you I joined the Caviar Club? I get it every month.
The Caviar Club. It's really good if you leave it on the dashboard of your car. It warms it up to just the perfect fucking temperature. All right. Well, we're gonna have to get Shelly and I are gonna book the biggest, most ridiculous presidential suite, and you and I will be there yucking it up. This is an invitation to anybody who wants to come out, hang out, meet Peter and I, and have a drink. Again, we're not getting it. I know I'm not getting anything out of this other than being able to glad hand and hang out with people and maybe answer some questions. There's no sides to this. Everybody involved with the CLA, Peter and I, we want to see folks succeed in this industry and we want to see them do really well from the beginning. I didn't have a Danny D'Angelo. There was nobody on YouTube talking about this when I started. Now there's tons of people doing ASMR videos, collecting coin and, you know, trying to get clicks on their YouTube channel for whatever reason. Some of these folks will be at this event, likely, if that's what you're into. But I think the pressure's off for both you and I because we don't have to do anything. We just show up and eat steak.
Well, I'd even say that, I mean, there'll be a lot of talented actual laundry owners. I mean, I don't know all of the personalities. Obviously, I know you ran laundromats. You were successful. You divested, got out, got paid. But like I said, I feel them I do know. And I mean, they're not actually, I wouldn't call them laundry operators. They're making more money off their YouTube channel than their laundry. But I'd also say I've had some of my best laundry relationships at events like this, where you kind of meet somebody that's a little bit similar to you. And if they've been doing it longer, know a lot more than you kind of become friends with them. Yeah. Then all of a sudden you're talking every week or two, you're sharing what you're doing, they're sharing what you're doing. And that's actually where, I mean, obviously it was a DVD at the time, kickstarted it for me, but you know, then I honed in kind of what I was doing and learned more. Well, like I said, you're kind of take over a laundromat for free, which does 100% work. But when I started expanding to more and more, I had to figure out how to do a management team, track employees, track resources, which, like I said, I got from people that had already done it.
Yeah, like Joe Dan, for instance, he's doing this in Kentucky, and he just posted a video where he took over some check cashing place, and he's going to build a laundromat. Now, I would tell any newbies, good God, don't do it. You don't want your first laundromat to be a scratch build. But Joe Dan has enough stores, and he has the income, and he understands what the equipment costs, what he should be paying, what his income will be per square foot, and he has that market figured out. And for him, it does make sense to build a store. There's no inherent risk in it because he's using the power of his other stores to bolster that. And then you told me, I don't know if it's in confidence, what you're doing with your local market, if you can share that. I think that's a great story too, where if it's your first store, you're not going to go try to crush somebody else that tried to tell you you were, they were going to hurt your feelings, if you want to tell that story. I'm sure that guy's not watching.
Well, I mean, even if he is, he tried to run me out of business early on, but I just sat back and just made a plan and just kept on going. And now, like I said, everybody's hurting in this market. I mean, they're all feeling the pinch. Nobody's actually building new ones except for me. And I'm actually running out of space, so I'm going to Kansas City and do all over down there in KC. But yeah, I've even got a guy down there that made some stupid threat through a bunch of realtors. And I actually found out, I went down there because I'm opening one on May 1st. The one I bought that's next to his, I actually found out he's making due on his promise. He's actually building a laundromat on the other side. So my new laundromat is going to be between two of his newer laundromats. One will be brand new, one will be like a couple of years old. And like I said, I think that this guy is actually so delusional that he thinks he'll run me out of Kansas City, but I 100% guarantee you in 5 years, I will still be running that store.
Well, you've got,
and it won't be breaking even either.
A dozen stores. And aren't you going to go out and build another one between his and then like give away free dry or something crazy?
Well, I already said this, and I hope he is listening. I told everybody I would put 3 laundromats on that road, one on the end, one in the middle, one on the outside, and all 3 would do great. So there's room on that road for at least 2 more, maybe even 3 more, and I hope to be the one that builds them.
Remind me not to piss you off, dude.
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm not going to lose money on it, though. I wouldn't build something to break even. I mean, I'm going to build them. I mean, I may have to take some hurt the first year and a half, but I mean, I guarantee I'll come on top of this.
You're in that position, and I hate to say Luke and Lee Williford, but when you've got 80 plus stores with your immediate family, sometimes it makes sense to buy one out. Sometimes it makes sense to buy an entire commercial block so that you can get that laundry income. And that
I bought a 10,000 square foot building to put a 4,000 square foot laundry, and it was worth it. I mean, like they said, that laundry paid for that bill, actually still pays for it. Like I ended up taking the other 6,000 square feet and making it offices for myself and a garage for myself. But yeah, it's a strip center that, like I said, all I needed was 4,000 feet, but I bought it, thought maybe I'd rent out the other spots, but like I said, I ended up just making it my office.
Well, we will see.
But that laundromat would have completely taken care of all that 10,000 square foot by itself forever.
It's a different deal, dude. You're not doing 30, 60, 90 days. This is instant cash in your hand when you run a Coin Laundry. And some of these other, again, YouTubers have influenced the universe because of big numbers on their YouTube channels, where I'm fielding emails where people are saying, is it realistic to replace my income with 1 laundromat or 5 because I want to do $5,000 a month? And I tell them, dude, if one store netted $5,000 a month, I would never even have done it. I wouldn't even be doing this. That's a joke. You've got a store netting $60,000. We know that. People want to hear the numbers and the reality. I turned a guy in Connecticut from $35,000 to $55,000 with some techniques, not new equipment.
I mean, it is a joke. And like I said, I mean, there's all different kinds of laundromats out there. And the truth is, I'm at a position now where I've actually sold laundromats because, like I said, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I mean, there's a lot of work that goes in. I mean, it's not passive like everybody says.
There's nothing wrong with selling them. Yeah, of course.
I had one making one of the first ones I had was only making $24,000 a year. and it was more headache than it was worth. So I got rid of it. And I had one that was making, I actually had one that was making under 100, and I considered selling it. And then all of a sudden, another competitor in that area ended up just breaking and not repairing his stuff and let it go zombie. And they started making over 100, and I ended up not selling it. But
well, you
like
show
I said,
them the real. You show them the real books. And the lever that I'm always pulling. No one sells a successful cash business. And for you, you're keeping 10 other stores, 12 other stores, dumping 2 of them because they're dogs. And there it is. You know, you're still in the business, and you're telling people honestly, well, it's going to take some work. These business brokers out and out lie, and they say, oh, well, they're retiring, or they're getting a divorce, or the partnership broke down. No, it's not making money. Or, like in your case, the work they're doing isn't worth the money, because you've realized what a 5,000 square foot store can do for you. And that's what you're looking for, the behemoths, the monsters.
Well, and to your point too, like when you go to sell one, like I turn in correct tax returns, right? Like, I mean, I get that it's cash business, but in the same sense too, I can't take all the cash out, because if I go to a bank and say, hey, I want to build another laundromat, and they're like, oh, you got 4 that don't make money, why would we let you build a 4th?
Oh, bank won't give you money to do that anyway. No. Absolutely.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm honest with my reporting, because I need the banks to know I am successful. And like I said, it's a way easier to sell a laundromat when you're like, here's the books, and they're like,
yeah, that's
all there. I'm like, yeah, it's all there.
Other than a couple dollars here and there for a 6-pack on the way home at the liquor store, every single dime went to the bank. That's what I mean.
I'm going to take $60 out of the changer instead of stopping out of my way to get an ATM 100%. Right. But I mean, that's not, $60 here and there. Who cares?
$10,000 at the craps table. Who gives a shit? All right, dude. I'm really excited to see you.
I only brought 5. You brought 10. I brought 5. I was a little guy.
Well, we're gonna probably let's. I want to go yacht shopping and helicopter shopping while we're in San Diego. Let's peel away and go buy a yacht.
Dude, I 100% want to go yacht shopping.
Yeah. I already have a boat in San Diego, but I don't talk about it that often. It's way down north by the airport. We'll have to have you out and visit.
Mine in Florida.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, asshole, go take care of business. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and keep your nose to the grindstone and your fingers in your pockets.
No, off the pills. Are you talking about Tyler Childress?
I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I'm making shit up. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Holy shit. Nose to the grindstone, Tyler Childress, do the acoustic version. You'll love it.
Okay, I'll look it up. Send me a link. Goodbye.
All right.
Thanks, man. I love Peter. You will too when you meet him. He was at my Vegas event stealing everyone's thunder. He will be in Club Diego, as we called it in the Navy, here in a couple of weeks. I want to turn this into another fun thing. There's some phone calls that I have to make happen. So let's see if we can't get one of my very fresh, brand new leases. I've got a client in Michigan, and he has himself his free laundromat. He got his lease, and he's shopping the lease with an attorney. So instead of talking about it, let's see if we can't get him on the phone unannounced. This is what I do. Did you subscribe to the channel? Now's your chance. That's what I say when the phone rings. Ed Garcia, hello from Riverside, California. Well, you better make the trek to San Diego. Get a ticket. Nope, no joy. Here I am, doing the thing.
Please leave your message for...
Wah, 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 wah. Well, it's just us. So once again, to recoup, I'm Danny. I'm your friend in the laundry business. At the end of the day, I just found out minutes ago that I will be at this event in San Diego. Shelly is hurriedly getting our reservations in first class and our suite. We are probably going to bring the whole entourage, and I'd love to see you there. I'd love to shake your hand. It's going to be a phenomenal event. As always is the case, if you're steeped in the laundry industry already doing it and are just hearing about the event, or you're on the fence about owning laundromats, get my silly course and start writing that off. If you already own small businesses, you know how phenomenal write-offs are. People ask me all the time, well, how do I write? Don't ask me how to write things off. I have an accountant, as should you. But the write-offs in coin laundries are phenomenal, just like they are in any small business. You're writing off, hell, you're scouting laundromats, buy a sandwich and you call it a scout sandwich. Oh, look who. All right, this is exciting.
Chief, what's going on, my brother?
What is happening? Did you have your attorney look at your new lease?
Yeah, there's a lot of landmines on that lease from the landlord, so they're ironing all that out.
How many pages was the lease, first and foremost?
It was about 13.
Okay. So that in itself is phenomenal. You know, I say if you have a 5-page lease, sign it. If you have a lease on the back of a cocktail napkin, run to sign that one. 13 pages is great, and it's very telling. If they've written the Iliad or the Odyssey and it's some great 57-page long lease, there's nothing good that's going to come of that. That lease, it might be boilerplate, it might be something that the landlord put together years ago, but 13 pages, that's good. It's very good for us as the tenant. So keep that in mind right away. And bringing an attorney on board, I think we talked about this. I always have to recommend that for you. They're not going to be able to take your firstborn son if you don't make the payment. There might be threatening language in a commercial lease, but the reality is, God forbid, you lose in every way, shape, or form that people do with restaurants or nail salons. What are they going to do? They're going to come after you? Not unless there's a lot of ill will. And you got into the store absolutely free. Once you sign that lease, we're going to be talking about bringing the distributors in, getting the equipment retooled, and everything that needs to happen. What are they telling you? Where'd you find the attorney, first of all? Is this a friend, someone that you know, someone you've used before?
Yeah, this attorney that I used before.
Okay.
So he's really he has that eagle eye to look at all the, verbiage they use on that lease.
Okay.
But I also understand that attorneys, they're more of a risk adverse, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to look at everything. But I don't want to nitpick on everything that's on that lease. That's what I told them as well.
Yeah. Well, you probably remember the story. My first absolutely free laundromat, I was handed this lease that was lined through with the previous tenant's name on it. And she's this adorable little Korean landlord. And I wanted to meet her at the bank so that we could sign the lease. There was a notary there. And I handed her this lease that my attorney put together from her original lease. It was only 10 pages long, but hers was probably 3, no joke. And she said, I know sign this, I don't understand. And I called him on the phone from the parking lot and I said, dude, she doesn't want to sign the lease you created. He goes, oh, she wants to sign that horrible cocktail napkin lease? Go sign that, that's better for you. I was like, what the fuck did I hire you for? Why did I give you $5,000? So at the end of the day, you're right. If you hand something to an attorney, they're going to figure out how to charge you and they're going to find out, they're going to line through it. How long ago did you give it to them?
It's been about 6 days, close to a week.
Okay. Well, when he gets back to you, let me know, and we'll talk about what the red lines are and whether or not it's even necessary. But refresh my memory. You have what's your lease rate and how many months free?
So we got 6 months rent abatement and $12 a square feet.
Nice. $1 a square foot per month, 12 per year. Yeah, you're golden. All right. Well, don't lose any sleep. Have a great, what is today? Weekend. We're going to be in San Diego in 2 weeks. If you want to come meet with some the heavy hitters in the industry, we'll be there. I'm putting a link in the description on the video I'm creating.
I'll keep that in mind, sir.
Keep that in mind. I'm not selling shit. All right, bro. Keep your head down. Let me know if you need anything. Just send me a text.
Okay.
Ciao. As I was saying, we got that call done. He's waiting on the attorney. I'm in flux with my clients. Folks that are on here, such as my friend Edgar, who just commented, just found me. Great. The YouTube channel is fantastic. I've got everything from short videos where I'm screaming at landlords and they're yelling at me and I'm laughing in their face and the comments are hilarious, to 2-hour-long webinars that I've been putting on for years. If you're new to that, enjoy it. Start hoovering up the 600 YouTube videos that I've created, or cut to the chase. Get my silly course, links in the description, and catapult yourself into the knowledge base. Everything I say is not precisely like you heard Peter say what you need to do, but if you're new to this, maybe you shouldn't own a laundry, and it's going to teach you that for a few dollars. Grab it, get it, meet us in San Diego. The questions here, we'll jump on some of those. Is that a missile behind your left shoulder? No, that is not a missile. That is a replica of a lovely piece of ordnance. I was Navy EOD 100 years ago, and that's one of my favorite weapon systems. See if anybody knows what it actually is here. It's actually shoulder-fired law rocket, light anti-tank weapon. So I gave it away. It is not an RPG. RPGs are much, much longer. Those are kami weapons. This is the first time I'm noticing the 2 Japanese swords. Really cool. Thanks. Hi, Dusty. Yeah. I'm a bit of a weapons monger. Check out Daniela D'Angelo if you want to see what my daughter and I do for fun. Edgar, yeah, scouting is the best. Visit the Laundromats. Appreciate it. You guys are talking to each other. I've been watching Danny's videos for a couple of weeks, and I never notice anything in the background. Lol, lol. Please stop lolling. What are you, 12-year-old girls? Don't write LOL. Stop it. I'm going to spearhead the campaign to destroy LOL. Please, it's over. Thank you for your cervix. Thank you for yours. I'm too smart for that now. It was a long time ago. God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate you. Free Laundromat is a real thing. The gentleman that invited me to come out to the conference actually had that connection where his first store was being bought out by one of my old school clients in Texas. I've got folks dotting the globe in 28 countries that are successful in doing this. Why is it free Laundromat? You can take umbrage with that word. You can say that nothing is free. I'm sorry, but it is, because you're not going to buy the business rights. It's in leased space. Here it is. It's not a secret. Scout the existing horrific laundromats with old equipment and poor procedures. Reach out to the landlord or have me do it. Sign a long-term lease like Raheem we spoke to. Hand that lease over to your attorneys or not. Sign the lease, go to the distributors, have them finance the equipment. Like Peter said, it's almost impossible to get a bank loan to buy or build a laundromat. Why? Try it. Find me a YouTube video on getting an SBA loan or even a VA loan for veterans like me to buy or build a laundromat. I'll wait. They don't exist. Because when the laundromat, even if you're a multimillionaire, even if you have cash liquid, they're going to say, laundromats. Well, they fail, and they fail over and over. That store on the street corner of X and Y Avenue might have remained open since the 50s, but it's also changed hands 127 times. That is failure after failure. Now, I might scare you out of the laundry business, but no, for those of us that know how to run them, what you should be paying for the equipment, and how the procedures can make you tons of cash. We love this business, as do I. Hit the course. See you in San Diego. God bless.